Sorry about that. My Zoom crashed hard. Okay, I hate this because now I'm just on one screen, but we're going to make it work. Hang on, let me get participants in the chat. Simon. Okay. Let's go over. So there's a warm up in Canvas. We are going to review the 9 core technologies just quickly to reinforce those. It's our last 2 classes. We are going to explore thermal and optical technology and look at a couple videos. And then we're going to work on projects and back assignments. All right, so the warm up is due today. Your vocab quiz, optical and thermal technology, is due today. What is new, and I apologize for, there's Layla. No, I don't need that. Is the idea that our last haunted house, Dream House 4E, I was trying to put that in the next semester, but we're going to be changing classes and stuff. People are going to be rearranging, so that doesn't make any sense. So it is due tomorrow, I hate to say. Nothing can be submitted on Thursday, apparently, like Canvas is going to shut down. So ideally, everyone gets everything in by tomorrow. If you are desperate to get something in, just email it to me, okay? Because you won't be able to submit it to Canvas, all right? So there's Nelson. What we are aiming for, our objective for today, is that you will be able to understand, identify, and validate examples of the 9 core technologies in your haunted or dream house of technology. Understand vocabulary, and I'm buried under my things, and careers that apply to the 9 core technologies. Okay, so we've got Brooklyn, Cheyenne, and Layla. How did Layla get back out? I swear I let her in. Okay, welcome, welcome. So here, I'm gonna have to turn off sharing to look at the warm-up. Okay, we'll try the warm-up first. All right, let me get to, I don't want to be in there. I want my warm-up. Okay. The problem is it shows the answers. That's why I can't share. Oh, help. No, Layla's having, there's Mr. Schwartz. Or Layla is stuck in limbo. Okay, question 1. A gas lamp is an example of fluid technology. Is it also thermal technology? Anybody have an idea? You can put it in the chat or sing out. Oh, there's Nicole. The warm-up is in Canvas. Here, let me show you. Hang on. Somebody's trying to get in. Oh, there we go. There's Brooke and Aaron. Where's Aaron? Maine, right? Brooke and Aaron. Okay, now we're getting a better showing. Hang on. If I could find how to share, that would really help, wouldn't it? It's difficult working off one screen. Hang on. There. All right, there's Dina. Okay. Oh, there's Orlando. There's my shit. Okay. Somebody was asking where the warm-up is. It's right here. There's Nelson. I swear we've let Nelson in before. Right here's the warm-up. Does that help? Oh, don't worry, Aaron. A couple people seem to be having real issues. I am in a bad room because my internet crashed too. So there's something going around. Exactly. We're all suffering. So I'm going to stop sharing quickly and let's finish. Let's do our warm up. I show the answers, is why I can't show you mine. So we were saying if a gas lamp is an example of fluid technology because gas is a fluid, is it also thermal technology? And it's true or false. And a couple people were saying yes. Does everyone agree that this is probably thermal technology too? What is it that gives thermal technology away? Heat. Heat. Thermal technology is all about generating heat. So a gas lamp is burning the gas, generating heat and light. Yes, you're supposed to be doing assignments 4A to 4E, but you only have until tomorrow to turn them in. We'll be going over that in the break. People are writing all sorts of exciting things to me in the chat. Must be end of the quarter. Okay, question number 2. Photovoltaic solar cells, cells that turn light directly into electricity, if I didn't close my parentheses, are an example of which technology? Electrical technology, thermal technology, optical technology, or all of the above? Anybody have an idea? Photovoltaic solar cells, cells that turn light directly into electricity, are an example of which technology? Oh, that's my class. Everyone's saying all of the above. Correct. All of the above. So photovoltaic cells turn sunlight directly into electricity. So they are generating electrons. They are an electrical technology, not an electronic technology. They are thermal technology because they sit out in the sun all day long and are baked. So they need to be able to withstand heat, and they are holding heat in a lot of cases. A lot of passive, I mean, it's not passive, it's actually active solar arrays are not photovoltaic. They are merely heating water. So it is black mat, and then water is being run in a thin sheet over it, or it is flowing in pipes that go back and forth and are painted black. You saw that in that structure example with that swimming pool. Okay, and then it is optical technology because the top of a photovoltaic cell is a layer of glass. It is a lens that helps focus the light on the cells and protect them. But light is going through a lens, thus it is optical technology. Okay, let's get into everybody's favorite, our lecture, so that we can get out of it quickly. Okay, does anyone have any questions, problems, issues we want to address before we go through our technologies? Nope, okay. Let me present this. We're just going to rocket through this since we already know them all. Okay, so biotechnology, alive or once living. Biotechnology is a technology system of using, adapting, and altering organisms and biological processes for a desired outcome. Applications: stain-eating enzymes in detergent, bacteria leaching of metals from ore, altering plant genes to produce better crops. Remember, for our haunted house projects, we're really saying biotechnology is anything involving living matter or once living matter. Okay, it's a very broad definition, like technology is anything man has ever made. Oh, That is a point. I said that an egg was fluid technology. I've been corrected. Technically, a natural system cannot be a technology. Technology, as our basic definition, is made by man. So until we learn how to lay an egg, we can't say that that is fluid technology. It is certainly a structure that holds fluid incredibly well, and technologies have been adapted related to the egg. But say a waterfall is not fluid technology. It's just a waterfall. It's a natural system. Okay, carrying on, structural technology, holding up or in. Structural technology is a technology system that forms or puts parts and materials together to create supports, containers, shelters, connectors, and functional shapes. Applications: legs of a chair, city water tower, swimming pool, buildings, storm sewer, airplane wing, airplane, satellite antenna dish, satellite. They are all structures, okay? Material technology, substances found in nature, human-made, or both. Material technology, yes, I think I can. Materials technology is a technology system of producing, altering, and combining materials. Producing paper from wood, producing aluminum from ore, drilling holes in wood, annealing to soften metal, casting ceramics, welding metal, laminating wood. Those are all materials technology. Materials technology seems to have a lot to do with modifying materials. That's the drilling holes, annealing, welding. Those are modifying materials. Okay, mechanical technology, moving parts, working together. Mechanical technology is a technology system that uses mechanical parts working together to produce, control, and transmit motion. Applications are gear systems in a car transmission, brakes on a bicycle, agitator on a washing machine, latch set on a door. Those are all mechanical technologies. Fluid technology, gas and liquids. Hang on. Fluid technology is a technology system using fluid, either gaseous, pneumatics, or liquid, hydraulic, to apply force or to transport, okay? Applications: air brakes on a truck, tires on a car, airfoils on an airplane, warm air heating ducts in a fan in a building. That's because they are pushing air, which is a fluid. Hydraulic jack, plumbing in a school, gasoline pump. Those are all fluid technologies. Pneumatics can be defined as a technology system that uses gas or air pressure to apply force or to transport. So a bus door, a door closer, a fan, pneumatics, fluid technology with gas. Hydraulics can be defined as a technology system that uses a liquid pressure to apply force or to transport. So this is the hydraulic jack. Your squirt gun is hydraulics. Gas pump, hydraulics. All that good stuff. Electronical technology, high voltage. Okay, 110 volts, 220, 440. 440 is big. Not much uses 440. The description of electrical technology is a technology system that produces, stores, controls, transmits, and gets work from higher voltage electrical energy sources. So it produces electrons, it stores electrons, it controls electrons, it transmits electrons. Think an extension cord, and gets work from higher voltage electrical sources. Those are things like, you know, what do they call them? It's an edge grinder. That grinder with all the sparks, that's an electrical tool, right? It is using high voltage. They are also, electrical tools tend to be heavier and more robust, where electronics tend to be more delicate and fragile. Electrical uses high voltage. Electronics uses low voltage like batteries, 1.5 volts direct current, or an adapter that's converting our wall current that is 110 alternating current into direct current. Most adapters adapt the power to 3 volts, 5 volts, 7 volts. Typically 12 is about as high as it goes. So electronic technology is low voltage, right? Electronic technology is a technology system that uses small amounts of electricity for controlling, detecting, and information collecting, storing, retrieving, processing, and communicating. The applications are the thermostat for controlling temperature, a metal detector, a videotape recorder, a computer, a pocket calculator, a cell phone. Those are all electronics. Okay, I'm going to read this once more, and then it's going to be interesting to hear our next technology. So electronics uses small amounts of electrical energy for controlling, detecting, and information collecting, storing, retrieving, processing, and communicating. Now, what happens when we get to optical technology, waves and lights? Optical technology is a technology system that produces light, controls light, uses light for information collection, processing, storage, retrieval, and communication, and the using of light to do work. Applications are a light bulb, LED light emitting a light emitting diode, lenses to magnify and reduce, laser speed detector, laser compact disc, fiber optic telephone communication, fiber optic telephone communication, laser cutting tools, and laser surgery instruments. Dr. Evil was a big fan of optical technology. So what I am doing is I am asking you, how does electrical technology use low voltage electricity for information collection, processing, storage, retrieval, and communication? And optical does the same thing with light. How does that work? Hang on, so I can't see my chat or anything. I'm pretty limited here. Just making sure everyone's still here. Okay, sorry. I was worried my Zoom had crashed again. Okay, we're almost done. Thermal technology, controlling temperatures, hot to hotter, cold to colder. Okay, thermal technology is a technology system of producing, storing, controlling, transmitting, and getting work from heat energy. Thermal is all about heat energy, or lack of it. Applications, furnace, hot water heater, toaster, insulation, heat exchanger, radiator. Whoop, hang on. I don't know how I've lost all my controls. Brooklyn got bounced. Okay. Here's my Zoom. Okay, let's get back in here. So yes, this was the solar element for the pool. Let me get back into my modules. Okay, I wanted to show you a couple examples of optical and thermal technology before we get to work on our outstanding work. So here's a video. What is photonics?
What is photonics? The particle of light is called a photon.
Are we seeing this full screen?
It's called photonics, which is a combination of the word photon
Yes.
and electronics.
Back out.
Science and application of light.
Photonic applications use the photon in the same way that electronic applications use the electron. Light can make devices like computers, mobile phones, and medical instruments faster and more energy efficient.
Optics is the light moving through space and the lenses. Photonics is when the light hits the solid and is turned into electronics and digital signals. And then imaging is more what happens after that information is captured and digitized. Companies like Google and Apple and Facebook rely heavily on imaging. Integrated photonics along with photonics and optics will enable new imaging technologies. And imaging is really where the future is at.
One of the reasons why photonics is the future is that light travels faster than electricity.
There's a big need to make things faster, less energy, smaller, and more cheaply. And replacing electrons with photons does all that. Photonics has many applications. It has lasers, light-emitting diodes, photovoltaics. It has integrated photonics is one of them.
Rochester will be an integrated photonics manufacturing hub. It's part of a more than $600 million public-private partnership to boost manufacturing innovation.
And Rochester has the people, the schools, and the supply chain to attract these modern imaging companies and really build the future of the Rochester economy.
Okay. Get back in here. Okay, I'm going to show us a crash course in thermal technology. This is a little basic, but it really has good information. It has some of the most understandable real science in it.
Hello, this is Miss Richards, and today we will be doing a crash course review of thermal technology. The basic principle behind thermal technology is thermal expansion. This is when materials increase their volume or take up more space when they're heated up. So actually taking up more space means that the volume is increasing, but the mass stays the same. So looking at the picture on the right, before heating versus after heating. Afterward, you can see that the same number and type of particles are there, but they're just a little bit more spaced out. They're taking up more space as a whole. So the first device we're going to talk about is thermometers. So thermometer is meant to read the temperature in the room or outside, and there's liquid inside it, and it's in a little tube. So when the temperature increases in a room or outside, that liquid, the particles in that liquid will spread out. And when they do that, the liquid seems to rise in the thermometer. It's taking up more space. So you can see it moving upward in the tube. And vice versa, when it gets colder, it condenses or takes up less space. The second device we're going to talk about is thermostats, and their job is to maintain a constant temperature in a building. So you set a goal temperature. The thermostat's job is to turn on or off the heating or air conditioning system in order to make that goal temperature a reality. The metal coil inside a thermostat is called a bimetallic strip. So when it gets heated, it will expand. And when it does that, it completes a circuit to turn on the heating or air conditioning as appropriate. Refrigerators are the next item we'll talk about. So this is a pretty big multi-step process. So a refrigerant like Freon passes through the expansion device, and that allows it to evaporate and cool down. Next, the refrigerant passes through evaporator coils, and it absorbs heat from the food inside. The compressor will squeeze that refrigerant, and when it gets squeezed, it increases the pressure and temperature of that coolant. And finally, the refrigerant passes through condenser coils, and the heat is released into the environment. Last up, we have heat engines. So all heat engines convert thermal energy to mechanical energy. So heat engine. The word heat makes you think thermal. Engines, you think mechanical machines. So thermal to mechanical. The internal combustion engine, which is a pretty famous one because it's the one used in most cars, it works through the following energy chain. So first you have gasoline, that's chemical energy. The gasoline combusts or burns, creating thermal energy, and then that energy is used to push a piston, it's just a metal part in the engine, down, and that is your mechanical energy. I hope you enjoyed this crash course review of thermal technology, and if you have any further questions, please contact your teacher.
Let's just trying to get back into my normal location, see if my internet will hold up, as it makes my job so much easier. Okay, here we go. Last thing I want to look at, what is thermal technology?
Whenever the cost of gas starts burning holes in our wallets, we start paying closer attention to the development of alternative energy technology. Right now, one of those up-and-coming technologies is thermal technology, which uses one of the most common forms of energy, which is heat. To understand the technology, we have to know a little about thermodynamics, which is the study of the laws that govern the movement of heat. Although the word may seem intimidating, we already understand the basics of thermodynamics through common sense. For instance, we know that if we were to put a hot cup of coffee in a freezer, it wouldn't take long for the coffee to cool down. This is because heat travels from hot things to cold things. The heat travels from the hot coffee and escapes into the freezing cold air and will continue until the air and the coffee are the same temperature. The term thermal technology can be a confusing one because people use it so broadly. Generally, when people use the term thermal technology, they mean the ways we can use heat to do what we want. For instance, some people use the term thermal technology to refer to climate control. For example, stopping the movement of heat with insulation or changing the temperature in a room. Because heat always wants to travel from hot to cold, it's difficult to make it go in the other direction. In fact, it's impossible according to the laws of thermodynamics. Air conditioning units, however, use special fluids that can work within these laws to make a room colder. Some electronics, such as thermal fax machines, are also said to use thermal technology. These electronics use heat to do their job, as opposed to climate control units, which move heat around to do their jobs. A thermal fax machine, for example, generates heat from electricity in its print head. Then, it applies this heat to special thermal paper or through a transfer ribbon to print faxes. This method makes for a simple, durable fax machine that doesn't even need ink cartridges to work. Turning heat into useful energy is difficult, but advancements in the field of thermal technology have made it more possible than ever before. Perhaps the most exciting application of thermal technology has to do with capturing the sun's heat to produce electricity. Scientists have known for a long time that the sun's beams carry an enormous amount of energy down to Earth in the forms of light and heat. However, it's been a challenge to tap this energy and efficiently convert it into usable electricity. Photovoltaic panels, for instance, can convert the sun's light into electricity to power a household or building to some extent, but remain comparatively expensive or inefficient. Some believe that solar thermal technology, however, is the holy grail for cheap, clean, renewable energy. Whereas fossil fuels may lead to global climate change and are becoming more expensive, solar thermal energy is clean and might soon become competitively priced. By converting the sun's heat into usable electricity, this technology could help wean countries off fossil fuels. Solar thermal power doesn't convert solar energy directly to electricity like PV panels do. Instead, it does so indirectly, often using heat to turn water to steam. And, much like in fossil-fueled power plants, this steam can turn a turbine that powers an electric generator. A few different systems can collect solar heat. Solar tower. When surrounded by heliostats, which are special mirrors that track the sun, a solar tower can collect the sun's energy. The central receiver at the top of the tower collects and stores heat in special liquid salts that are transported from the tower to a steam generator. Parabolic troughs. This kind of system uses the shape of parabola to intensify heat and collect it from the sun no matter what time of day. Tubes filled with a special fluid run through this system. As the special fluid travels by, it warms up and essentially collects the heat. The fluid then carries its heat to the water, which converts to steam. What's special about the fluid is that it is an oil that can reach temperatures of 750 degrees Fahrenheit. Molten salts can store extra heat for use when the sun isn't available. Fresnel reflector. Instead of heating fluid, this mechanism heats water directly. It can do this efficiently by increasing the atmospheric pressure. This steam can then go on to power a turbine. Solar dish. These move with the sun to collect heat all day. Using mirrors, they reflect sunlight onto a focal point. They then convert this heat to mechanical power by heating a compressed fluid. Then, expanding that hot compressed fluid can operate a piston and create useful energy. The California Mojave Desert is home to power plants that use parabolic troughs as well as solar towers. Various countries, such as Spain, Morocco, and Israel, are building or planning to build solar thermal power plants as well. How can plants like these help countries that don't get much sun? Some say it's quite feasible to install a system of transmission lines that would carry high voltage direct current long distances. This way, countries rich with sun could erect solar thermal power plants and send this power to places that don't get as much sun. As the technology develops, some believe it will soon become cheap enough to compete with fossil fuels, especially with the help of high taxes on carbon emissions. Specifically, this might work if the price of solar thermal power comes down to about 10 cents per kilowatt hour. What do you think? If you learned something new, be sure to like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to check out some of our other videos.
Okay. I am not going to subject us to the second photonics video, but it is very cool. I think the study of photonics is going to be playing a big role in the next 10 to 20 years.
Whenever the cost of gas starts burning holes in our wallets, we start paying close.
Stop that. Okay. So now we have time to work on projects. It is 1:06 according to me, so we've got about 24 minutes to work on whatever you would like to get yourself caught up. Does anybody have any particular problems or issues that they would like to talk over? I could go into a breakout room with you. Other than that, my thought is to once again, I'm going to go through exactly how to do your vocab quiz, because a lot of people really need points in the next 2 days, and those are an easy way to get 10 points a pop, and all the answers are really provided for you. Okay. Chanel, do you have a question? Do you have a problem you want to go over? Do you want to go in a breakout room? Okay. Anybody else can sing out in the chat. I'm going to meet with Chanel for a minute, just work on your projects, and then I'll be demonstrating a vocab quiz and then start building another piece of a haunted house or a dream house. Okay? Now remember, if you want to look, if I open up the assignment, the 4E haunted house assignment, if you look in here, it has a nice list. These are all the haunted houses, 4A, 4B, 4C. 4A is only biotechnology, it's 20 points. 4B is structural and material. C is mechanical and fluid. D is electrical and electronic, and E is optical and thermal. These are kind of fun. Check it out. All right, I'm coming. That's fine.
Hello, Mr. Swift. Can I get a breakout room? I think you're muted.
Yeah, today is a little crazy. Absolutely. Is that you, Tamini?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Let me invite you. Okay. I'm back. All right, let me show the vocab quiz. Oh, I don't need Finder downloads. All right. Did Zoom just crash again? All right. Okay, team. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do the vocab quiz that's due today. Anybody who doesn't have the vocab quiz for today, you can do it right along with me. Let me throw this stuff over off my screen. So all we do, the easiest way, is I click on the vocab week 9, right? My 2 words are right here in the top, optical technology and thermal technology. In every single one of these, it's going to tell you vocabulary quiz week 9, terms quiz, followed by the 2 terms in the parentheses. They are not necessarily one word. So for the last 5, they're all technologies. So optical technology and thermal technology, all right? So what I'm going to do this in preview for you. I'm going to get, so what is the first vocabulary term of this lesson? First vocab word is colon. I'm just going to copy optical technology, right? Oop, and I'm in caps. I'm yelling. All right, that's the first answer done. Second one, your term can be defined as, the definition is colon. I'm going to go to my crazy sheet in my module, right? Hang on, let's get me to modules. And right down here are the 9 core technologies and definitions. I've been putting this in almost every module we make. Some of them don't link as well as others. Okay, the trick here is you just have to scroll down a little and every one of the core technologies is here and a definition. Okay, so what do I need? I need an optical technology, right? That's what I'm working on. Optical technology. Let me get the definition. So here we are, optical. Okay, I'm going to copy that, bring it back. Definition is, boom, the technology of producing light, controlling light, using it for information collection, processing, etc. Sounds great. Optics. Oh, I'm going to use a big telescope. Luckily, I have a big telescope to use. So I click the photo button, the images button. I find my image on here. So I go big telescope. I see that. I look at images. Ooh, I like this one. So I right click on it and then I save image as. Save image as, and I put it in my photo folder. Okay, when I go back to my quiz, I've just found that using the URLs doesn't always seem to work. And I know some people have real issues getting their photos to attach. So try downloading them first. Then you hit the upload image. It takes you to a folder. I don't think we need my resume. I think we need Blair. We need classic, and we need photos and vocab. Look. All right, there's my giant image. All right, so I'm going to submit that. Okay, that's a little big, right? We're not seeing much of it. If I click on the image, the little squares appear. I can reduce it. I can pull it in. That's better. Now you can sort of see what my telescope looks like. Okay, so that's the first half, right? What's my level of understanding? Yeah, I'm okay on optics, but I'm not the best. I'm going with a 3. Second term, let's look up at the top, thermal technology. Bang, I copy it, bring it down. The word is thermal technology. And I say the definition is colon. Where am I going to go? I'm going to go back to my sheet. Thermal. There it is. The technology of producing, storing, controlling, and transmitting and getting work from heat energy. Totally cool. Hey, stop that. Fighting with me. Okay, so there it is. That's perfect. I've got my word, I've got my definition. I just need a picture. All right, I click my picture icon here. I upload my image because I already got one of a big refrigerator. That's perfect for thermal. All right, here's my fridge. I'm stuffing it in. It's vertical in a horizontal picture, but oh well. So I click it, I get my corner, and I'm just going to squish it down so you can see my fridge. Okay. That's it. Oh, I think I know a lot about thermal, so I'm going to say 4. I know a lot about that. And I submit my quiz. Boom, 10 points. We are done. My timing is perfect. Okay, team. Thank you for a great day. Tomorrow, I am hoping to have a very short lecture and give you all time, hopefully around 50, 45 minutes to work on any back assignments and get them in. Okay? Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Have a great day.
My pleasure. Let's all get through this. If you're having trouble, let me help you tomorrow.
Wait, Mr. Swift.
Drag you across the line. I'm going to do it.
So we can't do the thermal and optical one yet?
Yes, you can. You didn't
Oh.
listen. I sent out large emails. I have to have it in this quarter because if I put it in the next quarter, our classes are going to change. Some people have different schedules because of electives.
Right.
So some people will be switching out, and we're the only class that does this at Blair.
Okay.
So just, I put the submit in and you can turn it in now.
Okay. Thank you.
Anybody else? Amir, Ilota, Jackson, Cheyenne?
Yeah, I have a question for the
Sure.
project. So like for the materials one, like I could like, for like an example, I could have like a picture of just wood being like changed, like it could be anything. Or like metal.
That is I will say, in terms of a project, the structural and material for a haunted house or a dream house is ridiculously easy. A house is a structure, staircase, structure, column, structure. Every structure is made out of materials, so you don't even need 2 sets of slides hardly.
Oh, also, so for each so because there's like 2 vocabs for one project, we have to do 5 for each vocab, right?
5 for each one, ideally. So you've got your title card, you've got your 9 core technologies, then you have the title card for what you're talking about, let's say biotech and the definition, then 5 slides with an example of biotechnology, 1 on each. Then another card saying, structural technology and the definition, and then your 5 slides showing structural. So this one is structural and material, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just going to be title card, 9 core technologies, structural technology and definition, 5 examples, materials technology and definition, 5 examples, and any attributions you have.
Okay, thank you.
Jackson, Amir, can I help you? Jackson? Amir? Jackson? Okay, I'm going away.